What's going on, y'all? It's your girl Jasmine, aka Jazz Work From Home. Let me tell y'all something. Let me share a conversation that I was having with one of my coworkers, okay? Now he's sitting there like, oh, the only thing that matters, in a relationship with between a man and a woman is if he's got a big ding dong and she got a tight kitty cat, right? That's what every woman wants. She want a man that got a big ding dong and he's got money. I said, you know what? That might be most women, but every woman is not like that. That's every woman. I said, no, it's not. I said, no, it's not. You know, what? Are you serious? Are you telling me that don't matter? No. Let me tell you why that stuff doesn't matter. Okay. Yes, you do want a man that has money. You want a man that will take care of you. Okay. But what is important outside of sex and money in a relationship is the person's mental status. Okay. There are so many videos and testimonies and documentaries about women getting unalived because that's all they were focused on. Okay. And this is where you got to start shutting people down, because people will try to put you in a category and assume that you like everybody else. And, basically basically that conversation let me know you don't think too much about women. And that's cool. That's cool. I know that there are girls, they're willing to sell their souls and, lay down with any type of man, whether he's married or he's for the streets or he's single, and they don't think about, the consequences that could happen. And then something bad happens. He's either trying to hurt them or they find out that, he's not the type of man that they were looking for. You can avoid a lot of these things. I'm telling you, you can avoid a lot of these things. And this is going to be a very unpopular opinion. You can avoid a lot of these things by taking your time, by slowing down and keeping your body to yourself. I know people like, you're crazy, you're crazy. That's what God gave you a coochie for. That's what God gave you a ding dong for, so you can use it. He didn't give it to you to be using it with any and everybody. That's why you got so many men and women that are bitter. They create situations of regret because all they thinking about is the pleasure, the now. They're not thinking about, if I lay down with this person, what is going to happen tomorrow? There's a possibility that something that I don't want, because I'm not really trying to get to know the person. I'm just, I'm in it for the moment. That's why you got children that are suffering because neither one of the parents want them, because it was all about nights and nights of fun, and then the woman gets pregnant and now it's like, oh, well, I'm out of here, But that didn't have to happen if people actually stopped and slowed down and said, you know what? I say I don't want a man abusing me. I say I don't want a woman using me, a gold digger. I say I don't want domestic violence. I say I want this type of relationship. Or you might not want a relationship, whatever. If women and men slowed down and thought about who they are entertaining, who they're getting in the sheets with, who they're taking out on these dates, okay, a lot of their problems would be solved. And I'm like, I don't care. People can make fun of me all day long. I don't have any children. I don't have any STDs. I'm not gonna say I don't have any, painful memories. I do, and that's why I am the way I am. I think about the type of people that I am bringing into my space. When you lay down with a man or a woman, you're bringing them into your space. Whether you want to believe or not that something spiritual is happening, And you forfeit when you are with the wrong type of person, when you are around the wrong type of people, you are going to sacrifice a lot. That's why you got men around here walking around, they sleeping with all these women, but they don't have no peace. They walking around, their money could be all right, but there's certain areas in their life that they can't figure out, well, why is this area something that I can't fix? You got a lot of women walking around. They getting D down, piped up, piped down. And yeah, it's a temporary feeling of happiness. But then they trying to figure out, well, why my finances all messed up? Why I don't have no inner peace? Why I feel all these wacky, weird emotions? Why I have all these weird thoughts? Why is it these areas are doing good in my life, but these areas over here, I can't. It's the people. I'm telling you, everybody has some type of energy. It's the energy that you allow into your body and around you that'll mess your whole life up. All you need is one night, 1 month, 2 months, 6 months a year, and your life will turn upside down if you have the wrong type of person around you, period.